guys, I know things are just a little bit different, but this year I really wanted to go ahead and bring you consistent tutorials as far as how I'm panning the Naked 3 palette, along with other items that I'm using in my project pans as far as eyeshadow related. So I cleaned my brushes for you guys. I hope you guys appreciate that. But anyway, I already primed my eyes and I set it and everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. If you guys don't know, I am panning the Naked 3 palette, so, and I don't want to go ahead and show the progress yet, which you guys will see at the end of the month, or the beginning of next month rather. But I am going to go ahead and take this shade right here, Limit, and then Nooner. I'm going to kind of just take both. I take one at a time. I first go in with Limit in my crease, and then I put Nooner on top. I am going to be using my Sigma tapered blending brush, my E40. I love this brush. So, and right here is my mirror. So if you see, well, actually, I think I could probably do that this way. So we will see. We will see. Been trying to figure out a way to do this with this new camera, because this new camera is different than the one that I had. It's sort of like looking into a mirror and trying to touch your face. Do you guys get me? Do you guys get what I'm saying? Everything's opposite from what my other one was. So it's very strange.
Been holding on for so long, I can't remember why. The fire's gone, I'm all burnt out, the embers have gone dry.
And if you hear a dog whining, that's Willie. Willie, I love you, buddy. He's right underneath my feet. So, yeah. Willie. Hi. All you gotta do is tell him hi. Alright, now I'm going into Nooner in the same brush. Next, I'm gonna take the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here, and it is called Spaced Out. Yeah, Spaced Out. I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush. Just dip it in. I'm going to use my mirror right here. Go back in with the same brush that I had Limit and Nooner on, and I'm going to blend this out to get rid of any really harsh edges. This is kind of where the fun starts, because what I'm doing, my strategy for the Naked 3 palette is simply to use up the shades first that I'm not a big fan of, because I don't want to get to that mark of being frustrated. So I would love to be at that point with my palette this year. When everybody is getting frustrated, I'm loving the shades that I'm doing. So I figured to keep the momentum going, I'm just going to use up the shades that I am not a fan of, or that needs that extra help. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Buzz, and then the next one right here, which is Trick. The first one I'm going to go in with is Buzz, and what I have to do is I have to set my brush or I have to wet my brush. And this right here is the Sigma E55, and I'm using my Ulta spray, the matte setting spray. And I find that it just helps the shadow a lot. Otherwise, it's just not exactly what I want in a shadow. It's, I don't know. Kind of surprised at how many shadows need help in this palette, but this palette is a very beautiful palette. And so yeah. Next I'm going to just take this random flat shader brush. This is by Couture Cosmetics. I got this for Christmas a couple years ago, so I've never heard of the brand, so I don't know. And I'm going to wet that brush, and then I'm going to go into the shade Trick, which is right next to Buzz that I showed you. And I'm going to kind of do that same thing. I'm going to go over my lid because I feel like it gives it more of a rose gold type of look. People ask me all the time, how do I pan so many eyeshadows? This is kind of how I do it because I always do multiple eyeshadows in my looks. And I pan looks. So I'm just taking my Sigma brush and I am simply blending some more. Blend until you can't blend anymore, and then blend even more. That's how I roll. One of my favorite brushes ever, this is the e.l.f. contour brush. This is in their $3 line. At least it was when I bought this, and I love this. And so I'm going into this shade right here, which is Blackheart. One of the surprising shades to me, I think, in this palette, because I love it so much. And then I'm just going sort of like in my outer corner, kind of, sort of. I just kind of do my own thing. I'm going to take my Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. I love that this is small, and so what I do is I go ahead and I just blend out the Blackheart that I put on there so it's not so sharp along the edges. Hi Willy Billy. Hi Willy Billy. I love you too. This dog is my life. I have tried this eyeshadow wet before, and it still doesn't show up the glitters that are in it, but maybe it would if it was all over the lid. But I'm not at that point right now where I want to use it all over my lid. Now I'm going into my Urban Decay Moondust palette, and again, this is another palette where you need a lot of help with wetting your brush, and I'm not a fan of that. So I am going to go into this shade right here, which is Magnetic. What I do is just kind of go over top Blackheart. It just doesn't want to do right today. It doesn't want to cooperate. I kind of want to give it that glittery look, but this shade just kind of, it falls flat. This palette sucks. That's why I'm trying to use it up. going to take my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette and I'm going in with Champagne Truffle. Then I'm just going to take the same Sigma brush and I'm going to blend that out as well. I'm going to do my waterline and then I'll be right back. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay eyeliner in 0. Looks a little silly right now, at least to me it does, because I'm not a huge fan of using any kind of eyeliner in my waterline. So I kind of just made it work for me. So what I do is I take this type of brush. This is again by Couture Cosmetics, and this is the one that I have found to work the best for me. I'm going into my MAC Burgundy x9 palette and I'm going to be using this shade right here, which is called Quarry. And I go into that, and then what I do is I actually blend this out. I'm going to do now is I'm going back into my Naked 3 palette and I'm going to be using Black Heart again. This is where I take another pencil brush and then I just go into my lower lash line and I just go about halfway with black. Okay, now I'm going back into my Moon Dust palette and I'm going to be using the brown shade in here, and it is called Lithium. And I'm putting that over top of where I used Black Heart. Next, I'm going to take the Sigma pointer brush. This is the pencil brush. It's the E30. And I'm going into my Kat Von D palette. And I'm going to be taking a mixture of both Sapphire and Emerald. I really like the two together. And I'm putting that in my inner corner, lower lash line. I don't know why, but I just don't like them separate, but I do like them together. I'm going into this shade right here, which is Opal in the Kat Von D palette. I'm going to put that in my inner lower lash line, or inner lower lash line, my inner corner. I'm going to go back into my Naked 3, and this is where I have to wet the brush, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Dust. And I'm going to put that right over top of where I put Opal. To me, this is another one of those shades that just needs a little help. And over top of Opal, it's really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and put on eyeliner, and I will be right back. Okay, my eyeliner is on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my Naked 3 palette and use Black Heart and a pencil brush, and I'm going to kind of just set the liner and blend it out some. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with my Butter London Oh My How High mascara, and I am done. This is the look that I have been doing since the beginning of January, and the first look that I'm going to be panning whenever I go ahead and switch out to another look. I'll make another tutorial because these are fun. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to go ahead and give this a like and subscribe to watch Project Pan craziness and me putting eyeshadow near my eyeballs. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.